Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Nikki and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a drugstore first impressions. I have an entire basket full of goodies from the drugstore. If you guys enjoy my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as usual, my disclaimer, if you are super sensitive to profanity or if you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. I am a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth, so keep that in mind while you're watching. So if you guys are interested in seeing a full face of drugstore first impressions, then just stay tuned. Now, everything that I have here is very, very affordable except the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette was a little bit pricey for drugstore end, in my opinion. Now, for foundation, I'm not going to be using a new foundation just because I didn't really find a drugstore one that I was like really interested in, but I am going to be using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. I did a review on this, which I will leave in the eye up here if you guys want to check it out. But I also have this Makeup Revolution baking oil that I wanted to try this foundation out with. So we're going to be doing the baking oil as the primer first and then go in with the foundation because I really want to see if this actually helps with dry spots because of the description. I have not done anything with my face except moisturize. So we're going to go into primer. Now, the first thing I have here is the Makeup Revolution baking oil. This retails for $9. It says part skincare, part makeup. Makeup Revolution baking oil contains a unique blend of natural oils that nourish and boost radiance for all skin types, from dry to oily. Massage a few drops into the skin before applying makeup to create a silky smooth base for a long-lasting finish. Follow with baking powder to set, mattify, and lock in your look. Can also be used to smooth cuticles and dry areas on the body. I'm really interested in this because I do have some dry spots on the face, and so I'm gonna go in with this first, and then we're gonna go in with the Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. I'm just gonna take a couple drops here because oil is something that you don't want to put too much on your face. Ooh, it smells like oil. I don't care what anyone says. Any kind of oil, whether it's vegetable oil that you're using to fry, all oil has some kind of smell, and this just straight up smells like regular oil. So I'm done pushing the oil into my face and it looks like it's just regular oil to me. So I have the Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. Again, I did a review on this. I'm still having mixed feelings about this foundation because in my video, it did make me really porous and kind of break down during the day on this area. But then other times when I wore it outside of like filming and stuff, it looked absolutely gorgeous. I feel like there's different days depending on what type of day my skin is having. It'll look great. And then other times it's just like, nah. Now this is in the shade F1. I'm just going to take a round kabuki brush. These are my BS Small brushes from Amazon. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this foundation to the skin. And we're going to see if that baking oil actually helps any of my dry patches on the face. I can tell you right now that that oil did absolutely nothing because I still have like this spot right here is super duper dry. And I will say under my nose though here, which I had a lot of dryness this morning, it's not as bad, but the foundation is settling into a little bit of the dryness there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the foundation real quick, and then we're going to jump into the next product. Trick or treat. Wow, if my face doesn't look ghostly as fuck. All right, so I finished putting on the foundation, and I will say this gives me, the oil is giving me a little bit more of like a dew. When I'm looking at these certain dry patches, they're not as dry as they would be without the baking oil, if that makes sense. So the next product, I went out and finally got it. It is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Concealer with Hyaluronic Acid and Acai. This retails for $10. It says that it is a lightweight finish with a boost of moisture. It's offering all-day hydration thanks to an infusion of hyaluronic acid. It covers blemishes, evens skin tone, and counteracts dark circles while drenching skin with moisture, which is something your girl needs, especially in these colder months because I'm a dry bitch. The sheer satin finish won't settle into fine lines, and the doe foot applicator allows for a smooth, delicate application. It says sheer satin finish on here in the description, but on here it says medium to full coverage. So we're gonna test that out. I love the Conceal and Define concealer, but I have no idea how this one's gonna work out, and that word sheer is definitely creeping me out a little bit. So let's go ahead and see how this works. Now this is also in this shade C C1. So the foundation is F1. My concealer is C1. I don't know how this is gonna work, but let's see. That is so fucking yellow. Now, so far as I'm blending this concealer, I can tell it is not as much coverage as the Conceal and Define, but I will say this looks absolutely gorgeous on the skin. Look at that. It's so dewy. I'm gonna add just a little bit more and see if we can get a little bit more coverage. Lately, I have just really been loving blending out my concealer with like a brush and then going in with a sponge to kind of flatten out like all the streak marks that the brush leaves. But I feel like the brush gives me a lot more better coverage, and I can kind of blend the concealer in a little bit more into my pores. That way my skin isn't looking ridiculously porous. Now, of course, you're always going to see those lines there because my eyes are kind of sunken in, and that is just from, you know, the insomnia and the lack of sleep and all the stress. I am loving this concealer so far because it doesn't feel as thick as the Conceal and Define. It feels very lightweight. It actually feels moisturizing, like when you put on an eye cream. That's what it feels like. And again, the coverage is not as much, but I feel like this just looks so gorgeous and dewy, and it just looks so good with this foundation. And I'm noticing, this is really weird because I didn't think an oil could do this, but where the hell are my pores? Like, I have no pores that are like jumping out to say hello today. They actually look really blurred out and almost non-existent, which I am loving because that's what every girl wants, is a poreless face. I don't know if it's the baking oil and the concealer together, but there's something going on here that is blurring my pores, and I am here for it. But I am in dire need of setting this because I cannot stand how oily like this part and the top of my head looks like. So let's get into some baking powder. The next item I have is the Makeup Revolution. I know there's a lot of Makeup Revolution, but there's also a lot of other brands too. We're just getting through all the face products, which are mostly Makeup Revolution. All right, so I have the Bake and Blot here. Now, this retails for $8. This is supposed to be a baking powder. It says keep oil at bay all day with the simple fuss-free compact, available in multiple skin true shades. This Bake and Blot pressed powder is formulated to leave skin with a matte finish, diffusing the appearance of shine in pores. I have no idea why the hell I went and got white when they actually have translucent. We're gonna go ahead and put this on the face and test it out and see if it actually makes my face look white. Woo, it is so freaking white. Oh my god, I am so scared to put this on my face because it is white as a ghost. Moment of truth, here we go. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna start on the chin first because I really don't want to ruin the under eyes. So I'm gonna start in this area and set that first. Oh, okay, so it doesn't really make my face that white that I'm noticing. It sets okay. It is kind of clinging to the dry spots that the baking oil kind of got rid of. So I think it's kind of counterproductive to be setting this when you have the baking oil on your face, but also I feel like you do need to set it because if you don't, you're going to be looking like this, which looks like straight, I mean, look at my forehead. It looks like straight oily forehead. So I am not really sure how I feel about this pressed powder because my chin is so dry and flaky looking right now. I still want to see how this is going to work rather than just give up on it just because I set my chin. So I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush and just do one. Ooh, look at all that dust coming off of there. And I am just going to lightly set the face. Oh yeah, this is definitely bringing out like all the dryness that we had gotten rid of with the baking oil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close this and put that off to the side, probably forever. And I'm just gonna pull out my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I know it's supposed to be a drugstore, but the one that we tried out did not work. So we're going to be moving along. This Bake and Blot, it just, it accentuates too much of the dryness. And being a dry girl, I really, really don't want that. I don't think I will ever, ever be reaching for this unless I was like a super hydrated, moisturized girl, and we ain't there yet. So probably never again. Next, we're going to go on to the brows. I have the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Micro Fine Define Pencil Crayon. I got this in Rich Brown 705. This says full naturally defined brows. pencils. So it's basically just a regular brow pencil. We have a little spin up sharp tip on this side, and then we have a spoolie on the other. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera because I cannot do brows while talking, and then I'll let you guys know how I like the pencil. So I went ahead and did my brows. I forgot to mention this retails for $8.99. I have to say this is going to be a love-hate type of deal with this pencil for me because this is absolutely amazing for lining your brows, shaping them, basically doing the outer line of the brows. Because the tip is a little bit more on the firmer side, it's great to shape your brow. But when it comes time to filling in the brows, you're sitting there and you're stroking like over and over and over again. Even when you brush it out with the spoolie, it's not going to blend or spread out as much as you would think as other pencils might that have more of that soft formula. For filling it in, I may have to go get maybe like a CoverGirl brow pencils in the same color, but this I am loving because it doesn't ball up when I blend it out with the spoolie, which a lot of the more higher end type of brow products do that, and I just can't stand that because sometimes those balls will drop all over my face, under my eyes, and it ain't a cute look. So I do like this because it doesn't ball up. The only thing that I just don't really like about this is it takes forever to fill in the brows. So now is the time to do the eyes. This is the Pacifica Cosmic Reflect Hemp Infused Eyeshadow. I mean, look at the fucking packaging. This thing is just so, like, I don't know what it is, but I love it. I love how like interstellar it looks, and just like, I mean, it is called Cosmic Reflect, but I just love the packaging of this. They did it so freaking well. It's so pretty, and on the inside, I just love everything about this palette. Look at that. It looks so gorgeous, and the shades in here, as soon as I saw the shades, I was like, girl, I gotta get this palette. Also, this palette comes with a eyeshadow brush, which I haven't really like touched or done anything with. This part right here, like the actual fluffy brush, is very fucking soft. Like, I'm really surprised because it's drugstore, you know, and drugstore brushes just aren't really all that great. Now here is the flat tip, and this is soft as well. I don't know what kind of look I'm gonna be creating, but I do know that I'm gonna be going in with some of these transition shades here. So let's go ahead and see just how well this eyeshadow is going to work. Now this retails for $19. So this is the palette that I was talking about, saying that everything in this video is going to be less than $15 except this palette here. But if it's a good palette, it might be worth spending $19 on. First color I'm going to be going into is this color called Quartz, and I'm going to use that as kind of a transition shade. This brush is so soft, and I really, really like it because it's almost like the perfect size to just get in there with my hooded eyes. Like, as you can see right there is where it starts becoming like a hooded eye. I feel like if you are maybe a little bit darker than me or a little bit lighter, this color would show up a lot better, but it's just not quite there. So I'm going to keep building up this quartz color. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it does have a little bit of fallout, but I can't really say it's like super duper powdery either, but it is very fairly pigmented. Next, I'm going to be taking this gorgeous orange color here called Lift Off, and I'm going to be taking it on the same brush and adding it a little bit lower. Now, this type of orange I'm really liking because it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's kind of just like a perfect transition shade orange, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm really, really liking this orange. Ooh! Add a little bit more, get some more pigment on there. Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. So a bitch totally forgot to put on some eye primer, and I'm just now realizing this, but as you can see, even without primer, this shit is pretty pigmented, and I am just loving this orange color. It is just so freaking pretty. So next shade is gonna be this hemp leaf color, and I'm just gonna go ahead and try to figure out where I'm gonna put this. So I'm looking at the time right now of how long I've been sitting here trying to blend this green eyeshadow, and it has been about 10-15-ish minutes, and I don't know what else to do with this green because it is just not the color to be shading. It's very, very patchy when you actually try to shade it out. Like right now it looks really good. It looks very pigmented and solid, but once you actually take the fluffy part of the brush and start blending it, it starts getting really, really patchy. So I try to do like this weird cut crease type thing. Even here you can see it's like really patchy. I try to add more pigment there, and for some reason it just ain't sticking to the eyes. It's kind of disappointing because this is one of the colors that I really liked in the palette. I have green all here and in here on the inner corner, out here. So the green had a lot of fallout and it just wasn't the prettiest color to be blending or putting on my eyes. So we're just gonna stop right here with the green. I think I'm gonna go with the shade Dusty and pop that into my lid. Add that to the center here. Ooh, if that is not glittery as hell. I don't know what's going on, but it is not coming off my finger at all. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm really pressing into the green and nothing's really happening. Like, I'm not getting a lot of shimmer there. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna take some of my rose water here. I like this stuff just to get my brushes wet because it doesn't have like a lot of scent. There's not a lot of ingredients in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give this a couple of sprays. Now I'm gonna go back into this dusty color here. Oh, that's so much better. I feel like it's picking up a lot more of the pigment. All right, so it's definitely working better, but you really have to press the brush into your eyelid, and it's taking away all the green that is underneath. I don't know if it's just really powdery or what, but it's like getting into my eyes. It's just really not a pretty sight right now. I don't know what to do with this anymore because I feel like I kind of just went and fucked it up, but I think we're going to try and bring this back to life. Yeah, so I've been sitting here for about good 30 minutes, maybe even longer, and it is just not blending out. Whenever palettes are like this, where they just don't blend, they don't want to move, they don't want to do anything, they're just patchy and this kind of quality, I get really fucking frustrated to where I just get so mad I don't even want to fuck with the palette anymore. I get really big patchy spots like this. Do you see this? The entire middle part, there is just no eyeshadow there. Here on the end, you can see just how patchy the green is. I just cannot with this green. Like, I feel that green should be the star of the palette because this is kind of like a hemp palette with hemp infused, you know, eyeshadows and all that good stuff, but the eyeshadows are just, they're not even mediocre. They're just shit. So because I'm over the top lid or the upper part of my eye, I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques smudge brush here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this dark color right here. This is called Magic Wand, and I'm just gonna smoke out the bottom lash line. This actually comes out pigmented and not patchy because as I'm blending it, it is moving seamlessly to the other end of my eye, whereas the green, as soon as I moved it, it was like boom, patchiness right there. I wish I would have went for the purple instead of the green because the purple just blended so nicely, so smooth. All right, so I am just over this freaking palette as of right now, especially the green. You guys know how I feel about this green color. I just can't. Now, the other shades like Quartz down here and Lift Up were really pretty, blended very well. I really like the Magic Wand shade, and I just feel like it's so creamy and smooth and buttery soft, but for some reason, Hemp Leaf and Rusty down here, it looks beautiful on the swatch, but it just would not go on top of the green. And so I think next time when I try this palette out, I'm going to completely eliminate the green and using the green at all and try the other shades because I feel like I can't give this a really bad review just based off of one color that kind of screwed it all up for me. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is chiseling up these cheekbones. I have the Revolution Pro Sculpt and Glow Contour and Highlight Palette. This little guy retails for $12 and it comes with a highlighter and a contour. Now I got this in the shade Light Desert Sky, which is supposed to be like the lightest shade or for people who are pale like me. Now I'm hoping that, ooh, there is some shimmer in this contour, which I am not used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch to see. Wow. These, as soon as you just like place your finger on top of the powder, it like sinks in. Not like a jelly type, it's just so soft and powdery. Like you can literally take a chunk of it out if you push too hard. So you have to be very, very soft. I am really unsure about the contour color because it does look a tad bit like there's a little bit of orange in there, but it looks cool enough in the pan. So we're definitely gonna be trying that out. I honestly cannot tell, like looking at the swatch, is there shimmer? Is there not shimmer? I don't know. We won't know until we put it on the face because in the palette it looks like there's shimmer. You guys see that? So now I'm just going to take my sheer blush brush from EcoTools. I actually really love using this for contour and bronzer, and I'm just going to dip it in there once, get the excess off, and let's see just how good this can contour the MIG. So that was one initial dab into the palette, a knockoff, and a little bit of blending action there, and I feel like it didn't really put on too much, so I'm going to go in with another application on the brush here. Let's see if we can get it a little bit darker. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so there is that contour. Now I feel like this contour definitely has a little bit too much orange undertone in it, and so it's not my most favorite contour shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that there's definitely shimmer in here because my face is shining, shimmering right now. I really do like the shine that it's giving to my cheekbones, but I also feel like it would be pointless to include a highlighter in this if this is gonna give me this much lift and shine. Now I was going to stop with the contour, insert a blush, and then do the same highlight from this palette, but the blush that I'm looking at that I actually got is the Milani Baked Powder Blush, and I'm looking online and I can't find this on Ulta, and I also can't find this at Target. I honestly don't remember where the hell I even got this from, but I do know that I got it from one of the drugstore places, and I can't find this anywhere, and there's no point in me reviewing and letting you guys see what this looks like and talk about it if you guys can't get it, because it just isn't fair. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the blush aside for now, and we're just gonna go ahead and add some highlight, and I'm gonna be going in with this guy here. So I'm just gonna take a little fan brush that I got from Amazon, and I'm just going to swipe once because this stuff is pretty shiny. I don't know if you guys can see it on the brush there, but it's there. And now we're just going to apply. Oh, holy shit. Wow, if that is not freaking blinding. I know that we can make this way more blinding, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple more dabs here and just, oh my god, look at that. I don't think I've ever had a highlighter that was just like, hello in your face. Like, look at that. That is gorgeous. There is no emphasizing of the texture that I am seeing. Also, I feel like you can really, really build this up if you want. But let me go ahead and do some more highlight on this side here. I forgot the Cupid's bow. Oh, yo girl's lips be looking crusty as fuck. Wow, how did I not notice how bad my lips look until now? This is just... this is fucking gross. So I need to fix these lips up just a little bit because they are becoming a cracky, dry, crusty mess. So they're gonna look a little bit crusty for a little longer, so hopefully y'all just hold on tight. We're gonna fix these bad boys soon. For this guy, definitely love the highlight. I mean, look at that shit. That shit looks like I have, I don't know, fairy blood on my on my cheeks. I know, that's terrible. I don't know why I said that. Definitely love the highlighter in this palette. As for the contour, again, it looks a little too orange for my liking. I really hope that they come out with more of a cool tone because I am really in love with the formula of this. I feel like it blends absolutely beautifully. The only thing I think I'm going to be reaching for in this guy is going to be the highlight because that highlight is just, oof. Look at it. Now that we have the complexion products done, this is when I want to go in with some setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray. This hydrates, illuminates, and sets your makeup. This is $9.99, by the way. It says it's 3-in-1, hydrates, illuminates, and sets. Lightweight spray locks in makeup up to 16 hours. Refreshing effect and healthy looking glow. I'm really hoping that there is no glitter in this because some brands think it's cool to put glitter in their setting sprays, and it's it's just not a cute look, because then you have all these glitter sparkles and it's not really illuminating your face. You're just putting sparkles on it. The Make It Last, the regular setting spray, which I actually have right here. This guy, the spray fucking sucks. This thing will go up, down, side to side, zigzag, wherever it wants to spray. So I'm hoping that this spray is just a smidge better. Let's go here and stop trying to avoid spraying this on my face. Yeah, the sprayer isn't the best because I'm like trying to aim here, which I didn't get a lot of the setting spray on, but it was going like down, so I don't know. Now there is alcohol in this, but I'm really happy to say that it is not like the third or fourth ingredient on here. It's actually more so halfway down the ingredient list, which is very good because that means that it's going to set your makeup in place, but it's not going to completely dry your face down throughout the day, if that makes sense. There's other setting sprays out there that have alcohol as like the second or third ingredient that will definitely make your makeup stay in place, but it's also going to dry your skin out. I would say for this setting spray, you want to keep it to a more matte foundation or a matte look, and then spray it over if you want that added dewy glow. So now that the face is nice and set, it's time to do the last bit of the face, which is mascara, false lashes, and lips. For mascara, I have the Milani highly rated 10-in-1 volume mascara. Now it says the ultimate 10-in-1 mascara is highly rated for a reason. It builds, lifts, and dramatizes for extreme volume in a single stroke for a luxurious finish. Whenever I see the packaging on this, I can never really trust this picture because she has like no lashes, and then all of a sudden it looks like she's literally wearing falsies. So who knows? We're about to find out. The main thing I like about this mascara is the fact that the brush is not fucking silicone, because I absolutely despise silicone applicators for lashes, because I feel like all they do is poke the shit out of your eyeballs and they make you cry like a little bitch. All right, so I got my lashes curled. I'm gonna go ahead and apply on this side, and then I'll show you guys, if you guys can see with all this nasty eyeshadow on, if we can tell a difference. It has definitely like lengthened the lashes. So I really like this mascara for lengthening, but again, if you look at this lash here or these lashes, it is not keeping a curl. Every single time I use any kind of mascara, it weighs down the curl, and then I'm just left with this. So if I'm wearing like this green eyeshadow, it almost looks like I don't even have lashes until I turn to the side, and then you're like, oh, okay, she has a little bit of length. If you guys know of a mascara that lengthens, separates, and can keep a curl, let a girl know, because I have been in the longest search for one of those mascaras. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish applying the mascara on this side. So I am done applying the mascara. This retails for $9.99, by the way. I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention that. I do like this mascara so far. I don't know how the wear is going to be, so of course I'm gonna be trying it again and again, but I do love the fact that it separates and lengthens my lashes. I think I'm gonna give up critiquing mascara on whether they hold a curl or not, because I still have not come across a mascara that holds a curl, so maybe it's just non-existent. I don't know, but the point is it lengthens and it separates, and those are two of the biggest things that I do look for in a mascara, so I'm very happy about that. I just wish that there was a mascara out there that would hold a curl. So last but certainly not least is these lips, these puckers. Now I have a Makeup Revolution lipstick here, but I can't find it online, so I'm guessing this is something also that they don't sell anymore. Not really sure, so I am just going to pull out one of my favorite drugstore lip plumping products, and that is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my lips with this because I feel like today's video has been such a fucking mess, you guys, which I totally apologize for. I thought I was prepared with the stuff that I had, but apparently I was not. I really love this lip plumper because there is some color to it, but it doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel goopy, it doesn't get all weird throughout the day, and so I really, really love this lip gloss. Again, this is in the shade Soft Rose. This retails for $8.99. The one and only thing I do not like about this lip plumping gloss is that it has a minty feeling / taste to it, and I am just not a big fan of mint anything, but I am really in love with this lip gloss, and I feel like it's for a great price point, so this is definitely something to look at if you guys have not checked it out yet. Now I'm not going to go and recap throughout all the other stuff because you know the stuffs that I will be using that I don't really like and all that good stuff. All right, so that is all the products in my drugstore first impressions hopefully you guys understand that not all products always works. I want to state clearly for the people in the fucking back, just because something does not work for me does not mean that it will not work for you. And just because I didn't like something from a particular brand does not mean I have anything against that brand. I just didn't like that particular product, or it just didn't work for me. I hate that I have to even fucking say this in 2019, but it has to happen. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please get a thumbs up and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it on in the comment section below. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.